Okay, now, where can we begin? How is everybody? I had an idea. It's the regular light bulb, my friends. It's the regular light bulb. Okay, enough fooling around. We're going to get the video done. Lots of explanations. It happened last night while I was out. Can we see this? We can see this. We turn this way versus that way. Two arrows. Is that correct? D. We have two fish swimming against each other, right? Do you see the C? Do you see the C? Do you see the D? Do you see the A? A, C, D, C in one letter. You put two A's together, you get the B. Because nothing is alone. If you're somewhere in the middle of something in which if you're not everything, then you are something and part of another system. Because you don't know. Can you know? Do you know? Should you know? Or can we just use the word asterisk for vast? V-A-S-T. Vast. Rotor fast. Make it up in your head, whatever you want it to be, but everything is vast. So what we're going to come on with that, okay, is the second level of that. Okay, we're going to have to douse this light a little bit because not even I can see. There we go. There we go. Now inside of this, if we split, we're going to have to put this down and show this again. If we split this O, I know this is done before, right? I'm going to have to just talk to it just a little bit. A lot of things that I've done have been done before. You've seen them before. And then, you know, when you do a puzzle, a 3D puzzle, right, with the pieces that are all triangles, you have almost every single piece. There's at least 3 pieces with the same side. You've seen it before. But yet, why can't you get the puzzle done? Why is it taking you so much time? You've seen it before. So I repeat, and I add in one. In fact, I got something on the stove boiling right now. I'm going to have to go and take a look. But I trust that the temperature of 190 to 210 degrees, okay, will not boil out my water until a certain period of time. And of less, whatever is in that pot, if there's anything in the pot at all, will it slow down the boil, or will the vegetable or item drink up the water, making the time for the water to dissipate less than the time I have calculated, because then I have miscalculated. So we take the letter and we split it in half. By splitting this letter in half, we have two sides. We have split one in half with two sides. Half and half. 5, 1, 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 5, 5. This would be the letter D. This would be the letter O. This would be the letter D. D-O-D with a line. How about I did? If you put the line the other way, you make an A and it's dad. If you bring it up and down and put the line through it this way, you bring it up and down this way, you have D, A, D, right? But no, you have B, A, B. What happens, okay, if I only draw the line and stop here and then finish? I got B, A, D, and now I said bad because I didn't draw. I started the line here, but it's a continue line. So on the left side, I end up with the D, but on the right side, I end up with the B. And now I've got the angle of the rainfall. So we're going to take this away, flip over this page where I creased all the pages. And I hate these books by Hilroy because right in the corner, these are made way too close, too long. You can't see the writing on half the pages. We're going to talk about this one. We have a minimum size. In order to do the diamond shape, I automatically must take up 4 areas. It's not the same, okay, as if I would create 4 X's. If I would create 4 X's, okay, it would only take up 2 areas to create the diamond, okay? By creating 2 X's, I would have XOX, the 24th letter, and the 15th letter, and the 24th letter. The total of this is 63. Creation of 1. Now you double it up because Mars has been double it up. We now have a fifth x equaling to a total of 120, and we have another O here, and we have another O here, which is 30. We have a total of 150, becomes 156, and this is the number in Mars. Boom, boom. 2 more O's for 30. 30 and 30 is 60, and boom, we have 180, becomes 186. 8 and 6 is the spirit in the 9 lives of the cat. When we have 2 circles in between, we create the eye. The eye is created between 2 circles, the lower and the upper, the receiver, the breathe hole, right? The breathe hole. When we have the first A, 1, we have 7 more 8, we have 7 more 15, we have 7 more 22. On the piano, these are all A's. A, H. 15th letter is O. 22nd letter is V with A, Ahova. Why not have the 10th letter? Because 1, the J is in the J is the 1 plus 0, right? 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0 equals J. We have Jehovah. Now we're going to leave it at this. Here we have the L letter. Here we have the L letter. Here we have connected it with a C. Here we have put it with a T, what is created. So we have C-L-I-T. We have the O that goes to join the 2 sides. Okay, why is it here? Okay, this is the air outlet. We have air going in here and out here, and this is the ball where we connect the, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know if this is the support over here of the bearing between 2 sides. This is called the pillar bearing. When we bring someone to the graveyard and we end up with the single eye, right? She has nice hair, right? It curled it up. It also represents the R, right? And now we have clitoru. We have this image over here where we must have the eyes and the ears and the forehead. 4-head, 4H equals to 32. 4H 32, 4 and 8 equals to halfway. It also is a representation. The forehead is Pluto. We have the nose, we have the mouth, we must have the neck. Here's our gravestone. We now have O and O. We have extra space. We have extra space. These 2 extra spaces will now create the eyes. It takes 2 eyes to create the H in between. Now we can cross over and create the H. This circle over here, okay, this circle over here, should we do it this way? The same way they shaped the earth? Should we do it this way? The same way they shaped the earth, right? That's 2 ways to do it. Now, this is the design they have in the deck of cards, okay? And this is the design they have in the deck of cards that is held by the king. I call it the hatchet, right? You want to call it Pac-Man, one versus the other, right? You want it creation of the face. You want it to be the pendulum. You could. When we have the top side of the same image, we have another eye, and we have the top side of the other image, and now we have reflection. And here's your diamond shape. Here becomes your club and your diamond shape, okay? Now, there's many ways to look at this. I'm going to show you this design over here. And in this design over here, where do you get I and I or 1, 1, and 1? 1, 1, and 1 could be designed this way, either on or in between, right? On or in between. Is we going to use this as the H? Are we going to use this as the H, the pillars that are standing? Or will we do 1, 1, and 1? One circle next to the other circle with one circle the same size, creating them both, okay? And in between that is an automatically, in the middle is 1. In the middle of this one is 1. In the middle of this one is 1. Why? Because this is now taking of a measurement. We now have to find out the diameter and measurements. So by each side of this circle, we need 1, 1, and 1 to have the perfect measurements. 1, 1, and 1 to have the perfect measurements. Now we have our 4 areas and perfect measurements. We must square off the circle because in this space, no matter what you do, you're going to come up whatever you want. And this space ends up to be your king. Your king, or your K, 11, 11, 22, will now create your space for life. Your king, if you want to do it again, will now create your space for life. And now you have your DVD ready for the plane of DVD, which will also create the letter R. There's your DVD inside your letter R, R and P. But only the V will create these P's to be an R. So 16, you add the 16 and 16 becomes 32, the doorway. You add 22 equals to 54, the number of the foxhole, the passage of the sun, and the V brings in life. V, the word V in French, says life inside of it. Here, now that we created our 4K, which is 44, we now have our 1-8. 1-8. 1-8. We have only 1-8, but we have innate, initiation. A, H, R. In French, we would call it the coming of here. H and E is him. He is R. R is him is here. How can I say this? I am. I don't even want to get into this. So there's many, many, many scenarios to go and talk about these numbers. But now I want to go off to something a little bit different. Okay, I can go on to this, but I'd like to discuss it and throw it around. Where do we put our pillars? Is this the beginning of my H on two sides? Or because I need the center where we share over here, I have my H here and my H here to create my first item. Okay, now to continue in the secondary item, okay, which is the piano. Now in the piano, as we spoke over here, A, and A, the B in the piano is now 2, which is B. Then we have 9, which is B. This is the IT system, B and B in the birth, I and I. Then we have 16, P, 1 and 6, bringer of the light. Then we have 23, creation, the letter W, WP, win big. This is now 11 over here before anything starts. 02, 09, 62, and 69. Add them up, 131. Altered current. Plus 16 is 147, 157, 167, 170 becomes a spirit of 76. Inside of BBB. Now when you do this with the A, you have 61 and 68. 61 and 68 equals to 129, the spirit of birth. 1 and 2 will now create 3. Do you understand? 1 and 2 creates 3. 3 and 9 creates the sky. 8 and 1, 6 and 2 is 3, becomes 3-9. Creation of the sky, Skynet. This is Saturn. Birth inside creation, Earth from Saturn. So A becomes 61 and 68, and you must take 15 and 22. Why do I stop here? I'm stopping here because this is before the center C of piano, the 23rd key. Okay, 22 and 25 is 37, plus this equals to a total of 166. 616. 6 and 1 is 7. 6 times 1 is 6, the spirit of 76 and 67. 7667. 0110. 110 stories of the Twin Towers, or 9111. Because 9 and 7 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. Bringer of the half-light, 6116 reversed. Now, if you brought this, you remember 7? 7 plus 0? 0 equals 6, 6116. This becomes 6116. So it's the same number. This becomes 9 times 1, 9 plus 1 equals 10 and 9, 19. Bringer of the queen. The same thing for this over here. You would have DC 3 and 4 and 4 and 3. 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. It would be S and S. And it would also create the numbers 343 to bring it to 10, 10, 10. So it's 0110. Now, if you want to bring this to 13, 1 and 3 is 4. Creation of the Passion of Jesus Christ, which would be 6, 7, 6, 7, because 6 and 7 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4, 6, 7, 7, 6, 7, 7, 6. Now when you go 1776 and 6, 7, 7, 1, or if you go the reverse 6, 7, 7, 6, this would be 3, 5, 5, 3. Electric Company 88, 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 and 25 is 35, and recreates the same number. This becomes 7, 5, 5, 7. This is the egg. This is the transmission. This is the energy. 3 and 7 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10. Electric Company with 1776 both ways. Now we're going to bring it down here. Now what happens down here, okay, is this is the final letter. From left to right, we stop at 23. from right to left on the piano, we stop at 28. The 24th from left to right is center C. The 29th from right to left is center C. 2 times 9, 2 plus 9 is 18, 11 KR. 9 and 8, 9 and 8, the high sky, equals to 17. The other one is, where am I over here? The 24th. 2 times, let me see if I got this right. Okay, we're going to work with this still, okay? 9 and 8 is 17, right? There's something missing in here. I don't know where it is. Yes, here it is, over here. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 9 and 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3. 17 and 3 equals 20. 0 is 60, becomes 63 creation. 60 and 20 is 80. The expression in 80 is French is 80, 4 times 20. Now, 4 times 20, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is 86. 9 lives of the cat, communication. 0 equals 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 8 equals 104. 10-4, CB code communication. 10-4, right over here. 10-4. 10-4 becomes 164, which is Zion, Israel. Those are the numbers. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 is 10, equals to 34, and the runner of DC. And this is the way the numbers work. This is inside your piano 29. Inside of 24, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6, and it just recreates the same numbers I explained to you from the second side of the piano. The total becomes 53, Electric Company. The total becomes 51, Mars. Mars, running of Electric Company, standard on the cross. These two are 47, inside of the moon. These two are 57. 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 plus 7 is 12. The total is 47. 47 and 57, the total is 104. Take it away, it equals 10. If you go 7 and 7 is 14, it equals to 5, it equals 9 and 5. And everything works Neptune, 9 to 5. Raphael, waiting for the Super Bowl weekend to come on in for more numbers. 3 and 2. The smallest square that splits, 3 and 2, and then 3 and 2 reverse. Right over here. Raphael 72, 86 in a constellation of Pegasus. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching.